Hi, Ashley. How are you today? Hi, Ashley. Thank you so much for your payment. I just received it through PayPal. Thank you so much for your interest in reading with me. If you're ready, submit your question down below. If you don't know how to submit a question, I do have an example down below in the description so you can get an idea of how you can ask a question, and then from there we can move forward, okay? All right, Ashley, can you give me your zodiac sign? And Ashley, is that your real first name? Let me know in the comments. All right, thank you so much, Ashley. If you hear my AC in the background, I apologize. It's like 110 degrees wherever here where I am in California. So I apologize if you hear that. If for some reason you need me to repeat something, don't hesitate to let me know. You can also watch this live stream later if you would like. But yes, if you need me to repeat myself or clarify anything, whenever I pull out some cards for you and start interpreting them for you, then feel free to ask. Okay. So I am using actually the Tarot 3D by Libra and the Corsi. So I hope you guys, all of y'all, enjoy the images and the messages just as much as I hope I will. All right, let's see what the cards want to say for you. I'm just going to shuffle 5 more times right here. Okay. 3, 4, and 5. Let's see what the cards have to say for you. We have the Magician, the Moon in reverse. We have the Fool in reverse. We also have the Emperor in reverse, the Sun in reverse. One more card. Actually, let's see. The Hanged Man. I don't know why I wanted to say Judgment. Then I wanted to say Justice. Judges. I wanted to say Judgment and I wanted to say Justice, but it was in either of those two. It's the Hanged Man. Interesting. All right. So we have on the bottom of the deck the Chariot in reverse. Okay. So the cards are telling me right here I don't see anybody new. I'm assuming you're single if you're asking this question. Are you single? Let me ask that first. Are you single? So I don't jump into conclusions here. So are you single? Are you seeing someone? Or you're kind of just keeping your options open, but not necessarily anything serious? Or you want someone serious? Well, what is your status quo right now? Yes, you're single, and I'm guessing there's no one in mind, or not seeing anyone. Perfect. Okay, so then that's where I was going to go with. I was going to say, if you're looking for a relationship, I don't see one this year. As a matter of fact, I see it a little closer to 2 years from now. So I do see that it's going to get to a point where you're desperately going to be looking for attention, and you're desperately going to be looking for someone to make you their center of attention. Um, I wonder what your moon sign and your rising sign is, and also your Venus, if you know that. You don't have to tell me. I just wonder if you have some Leo in your chart or if you're going to meet a Leo. But it's telling me right here that I see that it's going to get to a point where you're really going to desperately want someone's attention. And I feel like in the future, whenever you meet someone that doesn't make you their priority, I think you're going to make that their problem. I think you're going to make that a problem. Honestly, I think moving forward, if you date and you start meeting people, but they don't make you a priority or the priority, I wouldn't be surprised if you kind of just place a vendetta on them, really. And of course, I'm being like, a little extra with my words right here. I don't think you're going to go and assassinate them or anything. Moon is in Cancer. Rising is in Leo, makes sense. Okay. And I was going to say, I pick up some of the Aries right here. So I got the Emperor card and I got the Magician card. So I did pick up the Leo. Okay, so that makes sense. And then with the Cancer, I've noticed that when people have that Cancer and that Leo mixed up, it's like, whoa, you guys don't want to cross them when it comes to love, because then you guys just have this vendetta and you guys just go after them. And then with the Taurus thing, I'm sure you're going to justify your actions. I'm sure once you do what you do, and I'm like exaggerating right here. I'm not saying you're gonna go and key their car or whatever. You might, hey, whatever. Just don't get caught. But like from what I'm seeing right here, though, I feel like in the future, moving forward, because I don't see a relationship, at least for the next 2 years. I would say around 19-20 months from now, if you want me to be like super exact as to where I feel you would most likely meet someone. But it's telling me right here that like in the future, like moving forward, when you date people and then they don't make you a priority, or they make you feel like you're not it, like you'll make it a problem. You'll make it a problem instead of just being like, okay, I get it, you're not into me, it's cool, and move forward. But if you want a relationship, if that's exactly your question, I see it around 2 years from now. Okay. I do see something right here with the Moon card in reverse. To me, the Moon card in reverse talks about revelations or something being put to light here. So I want to see what that is. Self-awareness. We have the Empress in reverse. So to me, when it comes out for a female, or someone who identifies as a female, this card comes out when it's trying to talk to me about how, especially this combination right here, representing or being in the position of your challenge or obstacle in relation to this love reading, is that I feel like this is also going to be a journey of self-discovery. This is also going to be a journey of self-realization. So you will be learning a lot about yourself, more in the sense of your self-esteem, more in the sense of working through your insecurities. Okay. And maybe that's partly where all of this comes from. Like, like when people just don't make you feel like that you're a priority. And maybe that's where all of this, vendetta comes, because the word that comes to me is just like, you're going to place a vendetta on whoever does not make you feel like you are their number one. Regardless if they work 20, 50 hours a week, it doesn't matter, that you are their number one. And it all stems through, we don't feel good about ourselves. This always talks to me about the self when it represents a female. And with the Moon card in reverse, this is a revelation. You're not in the dark about this anymore. Or at least that's your challenge. Taking the veil out of your eyes, and something about a self-discovery, something about yourself. And this usually has to do with what we need to work through, our sense of security and all of this. And again, this all has to do in relation to, your love life. And I'm sure you want something more of substance and something more serious and committed. But this, again, part of this is all part of the process. There's going to be I'm seeing that there's going to be this during this time period, there's going to be a lot of self-discovery. There's going to be a lot of things where you're going to realize you're just like, I need to really work on this, because, well, I mean, you should be your number one, right? And from what I'm seeing right here too, I mean, it would make your relationships a whole lot better if only you worked on yourself. Nobody wants to be with anybody who doesn't work on themselves and just dumps. You don't want to keep dumping on people's loyalty. You don't want to keep dumping, taking a dump on someone's just because they're very highly focused on their career, or take a dump on someone because they're family oriented and they care about their family and they spend a lot of time with family too. We can't keep just taking a dump on other people because we refuse to work on ourselves. You got me? So I feel like this being a challenge where this is not going to be easy for you. And if you want me to be quite frank, this is not really easy for anybody. I used to work for a mental health clinic. Believe me, I know a lot about working on yourself. So, and from what the cards are telling me, I still see a relationship though. I see it in 2 years' time, but I feel like during this time, until it happens, you'll be working on yourself, or at least that's going to be a challenge for you. But you will be learning about yourself. Half glass full. Let's see it that way, Ashley. Half glass full. You'll be learning about yourself, where you can do better, and you could be that perfect someone for your perfect someone. Half glass full, right? So I do think that once we learn through this, with the Hanged Man being the last card in your reading, this is talking to me about how once we work through this, instead of wanting a commitment being a desperation, I think you'll instead be very picky with who you date. And that eventually makes you more attractive, and also find the right one. Because not only are you just going to just accept anyone because they're willing to give you a commitment right then and there, or at least in a timely manner, because a lot of let's be honest, a lot of people don't like to wait. A lot of people who want relationships, they want a relationship like yesterday, or there are people who, it's either people don't want to date right now, or the ones that do, they want to be married by yesterday, and I think once you work through yourself, you start learning more about yourself. I feel like this sense of, I don't want to use desperation, but this eagerness of wanting to take that off your bucket list, because you eventually become more patient about it, where it's just like, yes, like I do want that person, but I'm not in a rush. And but I'm looking forward to it, and I know that will happen. I know it will happen. See the difference and see how that's more attractive. Okay, so basically that's what I have for you as far as your love life. I give it about 19-20 months, but during this time, use this time, kind of see it as like a blessing in disguise from the universe, from the goddess. That's you right now. Okay. Use this as a blessing in disguise. I always tell people this when I give them a long time, and they're just like, I don't want to wait 6 months until I get into a commitment. I don't want to wait 7 years until that person comes. I'll tell you that right now. Like, when I hear that from clients, that's already a really big red flag. That attitude is exactly why they can't find someone. They don't want to work on themselves. They just want that person and accept them for all their flaws. And that's not sexy. That's not cute. Especially people who do constantly work on themselves. Not only are they more attractive, but they want the same thing, Exactly. That's the attitude that I want, but like I said, this is a blessing in disguise, I feel. And use this time of self-discovery. Let's not fight it. Like I said, this is in a position of challenge. So this might be a little hard for you, but let's be honest, like, this is really hard for everyone, to look at ourselves and be like, fuck, like, I really suck at this, and, but I mean, it's fun too to work on yourself, to see how amazing you can be, and being a more evolved, just more a more better version of yourself, and seeing how attractive you are towards other people. It's exciting. And through that transformation, we become more magnetic, and therefore we attract someone. Okay? Is there anything I can help you with, Ashley? Anything, any other questions for me? All right, thank you, Ashley. I am always here for you whenever you need me again. If you ever meet that person about 19, 20 months from now, you can always come back. We'll see how things go. We'll pull some cards on that. Nevertheless, I'm always here. If you have any other questions, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I think you have, because I've seen your name before for sure. And I'm going to try to be here Monday through Friday. Just remember that, okay? I'm still trying to figure out the timing, but I am just showing up at random times throughout the day, even sometimes multiple times a day. So hit that notification button, subscribe if you haven't already, and namaste. I hope I hear from you soon, okay? All right, let's go ahead and see if there's anybody else who submitted a question. Hi, Explicit Box. How are you? And you did ask me as well, so I'm doing pretty well. My first live stream of the day, but I'm hoping to do 2 or 3 today. I know I said that yesterday, but things came up and all. But I'm really hoping today that nothing comes up unexpectedly. It is Mercury retrograde, and I get to live stream about 2 or 3 times for you guys today. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe, hit that notification button. It's a free way that you can support me, because I do monetize my videos, as well as for you, Jessica. Hi, Jessica. Nice to see you here. I sent a Venmo. We'll send a question shortly. Let me double check. Thank you for letting me know. If there's anybody here who submitted payment, I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure out why I don't get the notifications. Maybe there's a feature here that I messed up. But yeah, if you guys wanted to submit a question and I haven't called you guys, let me know. Hi, Jessica. I just saw your payments on Venmo. So you submitted a payment or 2 payments. So you have 2 questions for me. What would you want to ask me today? Okay, sorry, I had to read that a few times. I was kind of lost. So did let's call him A. Okay, so we do need the first name and we do need a zodiac sign. You told me he is a Cancer, you are a Taurus. You want to know about A. What did he think about when he saw you this Sunday when you were with your friends? Yes, it makes sense, but I do need Aaron. Perfect. Okay, thank you. So, what did Aaron think when he saw me this Sunday when I was with my friends? He is a Cancer. I am a Taurus. We haven't spoken in a few years. I ran into this guy. Okay, perfect. Alrighty. So, Jessica, that is your name, right? I'm assuming that is your name. Okay, so let's see what the cards want to say for you. I'm actually going to use the Witch's Tarot for you. Alrighty, let's see what the cards want to say. What did this person think? What did Aaron think when he saw you this Sunday? It's so interesting how this happens. You know, Mercury in retrograde just started August 5th. And people are already bumping into blasts from the past. It happens all the time. Myself as well. I think since August 5th, I've had, I think, about 3 people reach out to me. So people I haven't heard from. So it happens. It happens. You know, sometimes you'll just come across people, you know, that come across you. Hey, it's all right. It's all right. I know you're just, some people come and ask questions just for fun. Sometimes, you know, curiosity kills the cat. You know, I don't want anyone here to feel bad to ask for something or that you must really care about this person or that this situation to even want to ask. Sometimes, you know, curiosity kills the cat. Sometimes I do it too. You know, you don't have to be like in love with the person or really care about the person to want to ask the question. You know, sometimes, you know, curiosity kills the cat. And so yeah, 3 people already had hit me up. A couple of friends from the past already hit me up, so I know how it feels, and it happens all the time with people. And sometimes it is a good thing, sometimes it is a bad thing, and we're not supposed to revisit that, but it all depends on people's lessons. So I want to see too why that happened, why the universe had y'all cross paths. So that's gonna be kind of interesting. Let's see. Exactly. So let's not ever feel bad about, you know, wanting to see what's in the bag. We are all kitty cats, right? We are all kitty cats. I wish my cat was here. But instead he's chewing on me with my roommate. So whatever. Okay. Ha ha ha. Yay, this is just for fun, and it is good to know whether it was a good thing or a bad thing. Exactly. There's a reason why the universe brings certain people back into our lives. And the universe usually does that when Mercury is in retrograde, according to popular belief, right? So whenever we revisit something, it's basically for a higher reason, and there's a reason for it, whether it's a test, whether it's maybe we haven't really closed the chapter, or maybe there's some closure that needs to be had here, a lesson before we put the nail in the coffin, so to speak, if you know what I mean. And sometimes it is for people to get back into a relationship. It's not really highly suggested that you guys get back into the relationship when Mercury is still in the retrograde phase. It's much better to do it afterwards. But if for some reason you feel like it's inevitable or whatever, you guys really need to do it, I guess, then do it. But it's usually not recommended if that is the case. And of course, if it is a good thing. Some people think that when they hear from someone back, it has to be a good thing. Not necessarily. Sometimes it's not. The point is that for everyone, it brings people back to your life, whether it's accidental like this, or it's actually someone calling you from the dead. You know, they're calling you from the dead. So so it happens. It could have been to close out a cycle. Okay, is that what you're assuming? All right, all right, all right. He is a Cancer and you are, what was that again? You are a Taurus. Okay, well, I mean, technically speaking, you guys would be compatible. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say for you, Jessica. Ooh, I wonder what it has to say. All right, let's see. Fucking Mercury retrograde. Look at the first card that came out. Blast from the past, Six of Cups. First card that came out. If you don't want to believe me, Google that card. Everyone talks about how this card talks about past life connections, or someone that you've known from before coming back. This is what that card means, and it's your first card. Wow. The Tower in reverse. Let's bring this down over here so I can have a lot more space. So Tower in reverse, Five of Swords in reverse. We have the 10 of Wands. We also have Nine of Swords, Knight of Swords. We also have right here the Ace of Cups in reverse. Such a Mercury retrograde card. Yeah, it is. It actually totally is. Six of Cups. That's so funny. I never thought of it that way. Yeah, seriously, it is. And then we have the Page of Cups. And lastly, we have the Hermit. And in the bottom of the deck, we have right here the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles usually talks about feeling left out in the cold, or someone did leave you out in the cold, or if you were the one that was the dumpy instead of the instead you being the dumper instead of the dumpy, whether you guys were in a committed relationship or not, then this card talks about how you left them out in the cold, right? Someone here was left out in the cold. Someone here was left just pretty badly. Interesting. So you guys have this card, feeling left out in the cold. Okay. And I do think he got a lot of anxiety from it in his emotions. I got the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords came out, and this came out in the position of his emotions. So having that Nine of Swords tells me that I do think it brings him a lot of anxiety. And as a matter of fact, I think this kind of makes him feel like he doesn't even want to go out. So yeah, so let's see. We both left each other in the cold. He did it to me. He did it first to me. Okay. All right, makes sense. So we're dealing with a blast in the past. That's the relationship status or the situation, right? And then we have in the bottom of the deck as the overall theme, someone here left out in the cold. So you guys did it to each other, but he did it to you first. Such a Taurus move, of course. I'm telling you guys, Tauruses have like this like vendetta. Like you guys have this thing of like getting back at people. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not complaining. But you guys do that a lot. You guys do. Anyway, so we have right here the Three of Cups in reverse at the same time. Like, I think because it was so unexpected, and I think because it kind of threw both of you guys off with that Three of Cups in reverse, it's almost like it's saying, it almost makes either one or both of you kind of want to hide, you know? And I feel like it's more on his end because on his exterior, he's got the Hermit. So it's kind of telling me like it almost brought him so much anxiety that it almost makes him feel like maybe I shouldn't go out for a few days, or maybe I shouldn't go out for a couple of weeks. I don't want to come across someone that I don't want to see again, or that, you know, someone that would bring that anxiety again. So I do think he blames himself, though. If that's something you've ever wondered, I do see what crosses his thoughts whenever he thinks about you, or just in particular about the situation. I do think he blames himself. I do think he blames himself. So I feel like if anything, he feels like he did you dirty, and I think that's why he wants to hide. So I think basically his thought process now, after seeing you this weekend that just passed, was kind of makes him want to hide. Hence the Hermit. It brought him a lot of anxiety, and he's got a lot of swords. Okay, and then this is telling me that he's taking the blame, and so I feel like he feels guilty. That's what I'm seeing. He feels guilty. He's taking the blame. He kind of sees himself as the one at fault for basically things, for shit hitting the fan. When you guys were together back then, and what he intends on doing. I think he still cares. I think he still has some emotion, or at least that feeling of like, what if, like kind of that. How there are certain people who like they they will still kind of leave that door open for others, but they won't necessarily pursue it. But if anything were to ever occur, people still kind of leave that door open for whenever it does ever arise. Seeing this card right here, as far as his intention, I think he's at that place. I don't think he's put the nail in the coffin for himself just yet. That is interesting, right? I know. But that's why I'm telling you, Mercury retrograde. This doesn't just happen for a reason. What did I just say? So, and then with that Ace of Cups in reverse, at the same time, this card kind of tells me that he feels, or he assumes, and he thinks this is his intuition, whether this is right or wrong. He feels like you're kind of in the same place too. He feels like you still care. He feels like you still have a special place for him in your heart. But he does take the blame. I think he blames himself for whatever happened. So I do think he sees himself as the bad guy here, even though you kind of got him back. He doesn't really blame you. So, okay, good. I felt I had been the bigger person and said some vulnerable things, and he was cold. And when he came back, I had moved on. I do care. That's why I asked. Of course, I think we all knew it was more than just because you were just a little Kit Kat wondering what's, in the bag, It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. But there's a reason why the universe does this. There's a reason why. You care and he cares. It's kind of one of those situations where no one here is pursuing the situation, but you guys still have a very special place for each other in your hearts, in y'all's hearts. And it's kind of one of those things where I think that's the reason why the chapter hasn't closed. And it's the universe's fucked up way of just bringing y'all together and kind of like getting y'all to like be like, okay, are we gonna be adults and have you guys talk, or are you guys just gonna ruin it again? So I feel like for you though, the cards are kind of saying that this is a bit burdening for you. It's kind of a bit of a burden, and at the same time you're wondering if you're just not learning your lesson. Sometimes you do wonder, am I just not learning my lesson with him? So I see that conflict with you. You feel like holding on to this and holding to the idea that maybe something might happen burdens you. But at the same time, in your thoughts, with Judgment reversed, you're telling yourself, well, am I just not learning my lesson? So it's like you're going back and forth. You're just like, if it's a lesson, then am I just not learning it? Because I don't want to learn. I don't want to go through that, but then you're just like, I'm not ready to let go, but I know this weighs on me so much. I know this is easier said than done. Right. Okay. But you're losing your patience though. I feel like you're tempted to say something. The card, and with this card, you might. Actually, you might. With that card and your intentions, you might end up saying something. I do not want to go through that. Right. It is time to really move on and never think of him. That is up to you. We didn't ask that necessarily. The cards are simply talking about how he feels right now after seeing you Sunday. That's what I'm reading. We didn't go that far. if you want to ask that, I mean, you did pay for 2 readings. We can ask that. But right now we're just seeing how y'all are feeling, what's going on in that mind of yours, on the mind of his, and what are his intentions now, what is he planning to do, and what are you planning to do, how y'all are behaving about it, how y'all are taking it after all of that, right? So I'm kind of seeing you conflicted, while he's just, shit has hit the fan for him. He's got a lot of swords. So yeah. Did you want to ask that question? I just want to double check. Did you want to ask that? Did you have another question in mind? I mean, you're the boss. You let me know. So what did you want to ask? Did you want to ask if this is worth it? Do you want to ask if should you be the one to make the move, or should you let him do it? Well, no, thank you. You were the one that came to my channel and paid for 2 readings. I don't know if you did that accidentally, but I got 2 payments from you. If you didn't mean to do that, I am more than happy to send you your refund for one of them. But I mean, thank you. You don't have to thank me. Thank you. So, but yeah, I wanted to know, did you have another question in mind, or did you want to ask something else? What should you look out for the next love partner? No, this is too fun. All right, so what should you look out for? I'm just going to pull cards of advice, because I feel like a lot of people can misinterpret clues or signs, and people want to see what they want to see. I just got to pay me, guys. Hi, Maddie. Thank you so much, Maddie. Oh, my aunt just liked my video on Facebook. Hi, Auntie. All right, so yeah, so, and I don't mean to like talk crap, sometimes some clues can be a little blurry, a little muddy. So, and sometimes, common sense is a little subjective sometimes. And some things can be easily confused and stuff. So I think it would be a little bit better if I just gave you some cards of advice. Let's see what the cards want to say for you as far as like advice on trying to find someone for you. Let's do it. So I'm going to use, actually, I forgot to show you, I'm using the Dark Fairy Tale Tarot for your question. So let's see what the cards have to say for you. Alrighty. I am ready for this question now. Let's pull some cards from the Dark Fairy Tale Tarot. Let's see some words of advice for our friend here, Jessica. Okay, so in the bottom of the deck, we have Justice reversed. And then we have the Magician reversed, 10 of Wands reversed, Ace of Swords, and also lastly, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. I really think this Queen of Cups, the interpretation or this take of the Queen of Cups is very, very interesting. Feels very, very fire. I love it. I love it. But it's true, though. It's true. Sometimes water signs can give off the vibe that they are very fire, that they're a fire sign, but they're really not. Scorpios, for instance, can come off very fiery. Hold on. Sorry. Drop something. Okay, so, but they're not. Cancers can come up also as very fiery, but they're not. But then again, I've noticed that a lot of Cancers end up with a lot of fire in their chart. Always, always. As a moon, as a rising sign, always. Anyway, so let's see what the cards are saying for ya. You feel like your love life, you didn't deserve it. You feel like all the experiences you have gone through in love, you feel every time you look back, you're just like, wow, I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve to be treated that way. I didn't deserve to be cheated on that way. I didn't deserve any of that. You know, and from what I'm seeing here is that it's mainly because I feel like a lot of people have always just gave up on you, gave up on the relationship, the cause, you know, they gave up on the cause of true love here. And that was the problem. I think that was something about your love life that you probably have dealt with people who just threw their hands up or just didn't want to work on this anymore, or just people who just left, you know. And I think that's why also we can be a bit of a naysayer, okay? And I mean, no, I don't blame you. I don't blame you for feeling this way. I think if anyone was in your position, they'd be, you know, a Debbie Downer and kind of not be very hopeful about love and dating and all that. But your challenge is the 10 of Wands in reverse. I feel like your challenge here, though, has been letting those experiences go. I feel like you hold on to them, telling yourself that these are lessons and these are things that you have to carry on as knowledge. But I feel like a lot of it is an excuse for you not to let them go, heal, and then whenever you meet someone else, you don't just, again, dump on someone's loyalty or make someone feel really bad. I feel like that's the theme today. That's really the theme today. I'm really talking to people today about really working on themselves. I don't know if you've been here since the live stream have started, but it seems like today that's just been the recurring theme for people. And right, very interesting. So I feel like what the cards are saying is that for you, life hasn't your love life, it seems like you've gone through certain things where you feel like you didn't deserve. And I feel like there's a lot of looking in the past, living in the past. And I feel like you hold on to things and your excuses, well, those are my lessons and that's my knowledge of how guys can be and stuff like that. And these could be little things like, oh, if he doesn't text me within 24 hours, he must be cheating. Oh, if, he clocks out of work and you don't hear from him right after he gets back from work, which should be like in 25 minutes time, he must be cheating. And these are just examples, right? Sometimes we have these little philosophies of like, when someone does this, then it really means that, and it's like, maybe that was the case for one person that you dated, but not every guy, and I feel like the cards are telling you instead you need to let these philosophies go because they're burdening you. They're causing more harm than good. Are they really things you learned, or are there things that you learned from one person and then you just went on and on with that? And yeah, you probably did date a couple of assholes, more than one, but I feel like, maybe there was an accumulation of knowledge that you gained from a couple of these assholes or a few of these assholes, throughout your life. And okay, you got the examples, perfect. And but yeah, if you want to listen to the live stream earlier today, but it seems like I've had this recurring theme, and funny enough, you're not the only Cancer I've talked to today. So it seems like I've noticed that sometimes there is a collective in the energy, and I get like this collective advice for people, and it seems like I'm talking to the same person, just different body. It's a little interesting, but that's why I believe in astrology. Okay, guys, because this stuff ain't fake. People can say whatever they want, but it ain't fake. So they just hate and it works. Your advice, in the position of your advice, you have Ace of Swords. So again, clean new slate. Let's start off on a clean new slate. We got a new person right in front of you. They have every right for you to treat them with a benefit of the doubt. I know that sounds very scary, but just because he's a man and he's got a penis under those pants does not mean he's got an agenda. Right? I am definitely optimistic in life. I've had many great and not so good boyfriends, but I don't put myself out there like I should or used to. That's good. I love that. So I feel like what the cards are saying that, if that's something that you've been in the middle of healing, let's continue to do that. Let's start off on a clean slate. Let's give every new person the benefit of the doubt because, that's what they deserve, right? So, last card, Queen of Cups in reverse. I love this card because, again, this isn't easy. This is easier said than done. And I mean, you did mention right now, you are a water sign, that you are a Cancer, and you have Leo as your ascendant, I think you said, right? Or moon, something like that. Let me see in the comments. But I know it's a Cancer sun. I saw it. There you go. Cancers are feisty, so I have Leo moon and Scorpio rising. There you go. I feel like this is talking about how this process, then again, we did talk about this journey of self-discovery and getting to know ourselves and working on ourselves. And I feel like this card is just basically telling us that this isn't going to be easy. There might be moments where you're not going to be your happiest self. There are going to be moments where you might be a little moody. This to me talks about, when there's certain things going on in the background, that sometimes we might treat people right in front of us not so nice. And but it's because we're so upset or anxious or because there's something else that's going on in our private lives. So it's about just being mindful about that a little bit. So, you're a Taurus sun, sorry, Leo moon and Scorpio rising. Sorry. You did say that earlier. Okay, so the cards are telling me right here that nevertheless, moving forward with this card right here, it's just basically just saying that I think that I feel like just working through this time of self-discovery may cause you to not be so nice to other people. Okay, there might be times where you might be anxious, or you might be not your usual enthusiastic, charismatic self. And it's kind of just telling me that just be aware of it, just be mindful. Sometimes it happens to the best of us, believe me. Noted. I will be more mindful on having a clean slate with new people. Nice. Perfect. Thank you. Well, Jessica, that is what I have for you. So if you are interested in more questions, I would be more than happy to answer them for you. Nevertheless, I will continue on moving forward with these tarot readings. But if you want to continue asking more questions, you are more than welcome to send more donations my way. I'm just going to move forward and answer a question for Mari. She has one question for me. But if you want to ask another question, I will answer your question right after Mari. Okay? So I'll be more aware of how I treat people too. Thank you. No worries. So it's not going to be easy for everyone. Believe me, none of this stuff is easy for anybody. Telling you to work on yourself, that's scary. A lot of people don't like to do it. A lot of people are just like, well, that's the way that I am. And, and then fuck everyone else. And, that's not the attitude that people want to have. That's not a very sexy attitude, So, yeah. All right, Jessica, thank you so much. I will talk to you soon. And like I said, if you think of a question later and I'm still here live, you are more than welcome to ask it. Just, you know the drill. Send the donation my way as well. Okay? All right, Maddie, you were here yesterday. Welcome back. What are Ross's intentions with me? We talked about that yesterday, but you did ask a second question. Can I trust him? I'm willing to answer that question for you today, because yesterday we did talk about his intentions. I can't remember what card it was right now. I'm trying to think about it. I can't remember. But yeah, I will answer that question for you to see if he is someone that is loyal, someone that you don't have to worry about whenever you're not looking. So someone that will be a good boy. Okay, someone that's going to be a very good boy. So let's see. Can you trust the man? Judgment, if you recall correctly. Okay. I'll watch the live stream again, and since I have you on Instagram, I'll just DM you, and I'll be like, hey, here's the time frame of where this reading was, and I'll also summarize for you if I wasn't clear enough, or if my AC just fucked with me. But yes. Let's see. Can you trust Ross? Leo. Can Mari, Virgo, Marisabel, Virgo, trust Ross? Can she trust him? Is he loyal? Will he be loyal? Will he be loyal? Is he loyal? Is he loyal? Will he be loyal? Mari, answer my question though, because this does matter. Because then I would have to change my words. Are you guys in a committed relationship, or are you guys just dating? I just want to make sure. Because if not, then I have to change my terminology. But this is a good question. This is a good question to ask, especially if this is someone fairly new. And I do remember we did a reading not so long ago, a private run where you talked about a Leo, and I'm guessing it's the same guy. We kind of became serious this weekend. Okay, good thing you did it right before the retrograde. Good. All right, so We kinda. What does kinda mean? Like, is he like calling you his girlfriend now? Are you guys Facebook official? Did you guys meet each other's family? What do you mean by kinda, I guess? Um what makes what gives what constitutes it to being kind of? Tell me, please. Is it a conversation that you guys had? Did he introduce you to his family and his kids? You guys were under the influence? That's not a good enough answer, okay? Um, was it a thing where, like, did he make you Facebook official? Like, because that at least will give me a clue, you know? Are you telling? Okay, you were not sober. Are you telling me you guys did the whole Vegas thing? Is that what you're telling me? You met his family and his son. Okay, so that's what makes you feel like it could be a little official. Okay. All right. So you have the impression that it could be something serious, because you met his family, you met his son, but but from what I'm understanding, there wasn't that conversation of like, okay, you are my girlfriend now. I'm not seeing anyone else. None of that has happened yet. And no Facebook official, right? So I need to make sure. I want to make sure. I want to. All right. So you guys post each other, so it's not like you guys keep each other's secret. You guys, oh, okay. Well, it's not okay. So it's in group settings. Okay. But you have the impression that it could be something more, and it's because you met his family, you met his son. Okay. Let's see. All right, so let's see. Let's go ahead and pull these cards for you. And Marisabel, I don't know if you have done this already, but if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. It is a free way of supporting me. And I do monetize these videos, so that is a way that you can support me for free by subscribing to my channel and also hitting the notification button. And for the rest of you who are here, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button. That's a free way you can support me. You don't necessarily have to buy a reading if you don't want to, but please do subscribe, y'all. Okay, thank you. All righty. Alrighty. I got a 50-50 chance, leaning towards a yes. But he's got some sketchy cards. You got some sketchy cards, but so let me explain. I feel like you're dealing with someone who likes to play with words, likes to play with labels, likes to play with things like that, if you know what I mean. So what I mean by that is that this could be an example, right? Where it's like he'll do things like, for instance, let's just say you're not around, right? And this could be a thing for, like, for instance, and this is just hypothetical. I'm not saying this is like something I'm seeing or anything. This could be a thing, for instance, where it's like, let's just say he goes to the bar with the guys and you're not there, right? And he meets a chick. He'll flirt with her. He'll talk to her, maybe ask for her number, but he'll keep her as a friend. He won't cheat on you. He won't entertain her. But it's kind of like borderline. Like he plays with labels. You get me? So it's one of those things, like he won't do it, but once the door is open, he will. You know, like if hypothetically speaking, let's just say you guys get into a fight, you guys break up for like 3 days or whatever. During those 3 days, oh, believe me, he would hit that number. So he likes poking me to get a reaction from me sometimes. That's a Leo, you know, and this is, you know, why I kind of warned you against the Leo. He also likes looking cool. Okay, well, Leos are very big about their fashion. Very, very big about their fashion. It's their personality, and it's their way of expression. It's a big thing for them. My mother was a Leo, and she was, believe me, her fashion was her you know, her number one thing. You know, it was her expression. And I never knew anyone who can pull off my mom's style at that time. You know, my mom passed away when I was a kid, but remembering that, like, I don't remember anyone dressing like my mom. My mom had her own particular style, and that's just exactly how Leos are. They have their style. They thought it through. It speaks to them, and that's the way they like to be expressed, and that's how they are. It's very important to a Leo. So yeah, it's all about, that's just all Leo. Like, you know, their style, their fashion. They're not the kind of person that'll be like, oh, okay, I got this tank top because it was $5. No, they need every little detail that they buy, every little thing that they buy is for a reason. It's not because it was cheap. And if they happen to find both, then it's better, you know, where it's like something real that really can be an asset to their fashion. But it's cheap, then they like that too. They don't necessarily just go for something because it was $5,000. They have to like it. So that's really important to them. You know, it's not about the money. I think that's more of a Libra thing, where, you know, they're more likely to spend on something simply because it's got a name brand on it. At least from my experience, that's what I've seen. Leo is more like, it needs to speak to me as far as like the fashion goes, regardless of price, you know. And so it's very, very important to them, you know. Very, very. But honestly, that's actually one of the things that I like about them, because no one can do that better than a Leo. You know, like, I care a lot about my fashion too, but I don't think anyone pulls that off better than a Leo, honestly. My own opinion. But I feel like but going back to like how he likes to poke and get a reaction from you sometimes, that is a big thing that Leos do. Especially Leos who like to do certain things and to piss you off. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does certain things to piss you off, or if he does certain things to get you mad. That is a very common thing. But if you see that a lot, be careful because I do have the Emperor in reverse. We're dealing with a boy in a man's body. Okay? Just because you see a man that is like 38 or 37, someone that you assume would be acting his age, he does not. So you're dealing with someone who's not fully developed up here and likes to play mind games. So yes, I've seen this a lot with people who have either Leo moon or Leo sun, which in this case, he's got Leo sun. That's what we like to call it. When people, their zodiac sign, we call it their sun. So in this case, Ross, his sun is in Leo. And the cards are telling me right here that he plays with words. He'll do certain things that won't necessarily constitute as cheating or having an affair, but he will not necessarily be a good boy just straight off the bat. Wow, he's got it as a sun and as a rising. Careful. Yeah, and it's going back to the reaction thing. I mean, honestly, I don't think he'll do anything, but especially with this 7 of Cups right here, I feel like this is something he might do a lot. Like, you know, the example that I gave you, trying to get numbers and, you know, and stuff like that. I don't think that would be a one-time thing. I think that he's the kind of person that would do this a lot. So, and then seeing what you had just said right here, he likes to poke and he likes to get a reaction out of you. He's going to continue doing that. That's actually very common to see with Leos. And from my experience, Leos who are not necessarily all that interested. They're interested this much, and not all that interested. So to answer your question, I don't think he would outright cheat or step out on you, I guess. But so I went ahead and I asked, does he consider it a commitment? And I got a yes. So I don't think he's going to necessarily cheat. I think he does consider this a bit of a commitment. I don't think he's going to cheat. But again, like he's not going to do anything that will constitute as technically cheating. But that doesn't mean he's going to be outright a good boy. Does that make sense? Well, I'm a Scorpio moon and can only take so much of it. Yeah, and what I like the most about you is that your sun is in Virgo, and most especially because your sun is in Virgo, you know when to say enough is enough. So more than any other sign, which, you know, more power to you. Not a lot of signs can do that. So I know I can trust that you know when to say enough, rather than, you know, some of us, including myself, where we would just let ourselves, you know, be run over like a doormat. So I trust that you would know when enough is enough, when he's taking things a little too far. And I think you will know when you know, and I think you'll notice certain things for you, like, yeah, he's fucking with me. So yes, that's what I have for you as far as him. I think he does consider this as a commitment, but I don't think he's going to go ahead and just outright cheat. But like I said, like this could be like an example where, like, if he's out with his friends and he can get he will get the numbers, you know. If he went out dancing, he will go and dance with another girl. He didn't cheat. He was dancing though, with another girl. Probably got the number too. Didn't call her. You know, probably got her Instagram, but doesn't text her or DM her. I mean, right? So it's kind of one of those things where, you know, he's kind of like stepping on the line, but not crossing it. You get me? He's kind of just like, ooh, I'm not crossing it. I'm not, you know, when people like are trying to poke on your face and they're like, but I'm not touching you. But I'm not. Why are you annoyed? Why are you mad? I'm not touching you. You know? One of those like really annoying little boys. I said one more. Love the story about you sharing your mommy with her style. Oh, thank you. So before I move forward with Jessica Mari, I wanted to know, do you have any other questions for me today? So just to kind of reiterate, I will basically, like, I do think he sees this as a commitment. So that's that. But I think he is going to be someone who will really fuck with you. Okay. He is, and so I did see that about the reaction, and he likes to do that. That's actually a very common Leo thing. Especially unevolved Leos. Not all Leos do it, especially the more evolved ones. They don't do that stuff, you know. But the ones that are not evolved, they love to fuck with people's feelings. They love to piss you off. And they don't do it in a way where it's cute. They don't do it in a way where it's healthy. They do it in a way where it's like, it's kind of fucked up. So, but again, he's gonna do it in a way where it's like, I'm kind of like making, you know, I'm kind of making it seem like, you know, my foot's about to cross the line, but I'm not gonna cross the line. But that's the fun part, because I'm still gonna fuck with your feelings. So let me know how it goes, okay, Mari? Thank you so much. I mean, we can go ahead and play that game, but I know you're a spiritual person. Don't waste your time. So, actually, let me check all of... Araceli just got a reading from you. Thank you. Hi, Araceli. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much for coming back. Let me just double check everyone. I need to start getting a notebook. I feel like today is going to be one of those days where I'm not going to leave the live stream for a few hours. Okay, so Araceli, I got 2 payments from you. Thank you so much. Oh no, 1 payment from you. So 1 question from Araceli. I got 1 question for Jessica. Whenever you guys are ready, go ahead and send your questions right over. Oh no, girl, I know you can. Believe me, you a Virgo and I'm a Scorpio moon. Oh, I know it's gonna be so bad. I know it's gonna burn so hard. You know, I know it would burn so hard. But you're a spiritual person. Let's not create karma unnecessarily. Leave it to the universe, and he will learn his lesson. Believe me, he will learn his lesson. Like, who does he think he is? Like Brad Pitt? Like, please. I don't like it when, like, because I've had that happen to me when I was in my 20s, where, like, and I remember I would get readings on him and I would be like, well, I know he likes me. Why is he acting this way? You know, and same thing. I knew his friends. I knew all of his family. We would always go on double dates, triple dates, all of it. On the holidays, I was always with him. And he wasn't a Leo. He was actually a Leo moon. He was a Cancer, but he was a Leo moon, and he was a big time Leo though. And so Mari, like, I know how you feel. It's very confusing, you know, and he would do things like to get my reaction all the time. Like, I remember one time, we went to like a party that he was invited to, and I didn't even like his friends because they all seemed really childish, no spiritual people, and I just remember he liked to dance a lot. He was a really nice dancer. He really liked to dance, and I think because I just had gotten out of work, I don't remember what happened, but he ended up like dancing with somebody else in front of me. And but he saw my face, he saw my reaction. It wasn't a nice one. And he knew that, you know, he was crossing the line. You know, I'm not one of those girls that, you know, I have very, very, very limited boundaries, very limited. You know, you can easily cross the line with me. I'm a Scorpio sun. So I think he saw my reaction, like, you continue, I'm leaving. I'm not going to even make a scene here because you're not worth it. You're not Brad Pitt, you know? So basically, like, I know how you feel. I know how you feel. This is actually a very common thing to see for Leo. I've seen it even for myself. And they do it even to people they like. They do it to people they like. I'm not one to make sense either. I'm not sure what that means. Or am I reading it wrong? Are you saying that? I don't understand. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that I know what you mean. I know how you feel, but they do this to people who they know like them. So I think because he very well knows that you care and that you have feelings for him, I think he can see that right through you, and he's playing with your feelings. But this is something very common to see in unevolved Leos. You know, just like this person that I was dating back in my mid-20s. And he did the same thing, even though he wasn't even a Leo sun. He was a Leo moon, but he was a big-time Leo moon. Big time. And I think his Venus was in Leo too. And he did that, he did that for the entire time that we dated. For the entire time. Oh, to make a scene. You're not one to make a scene either. Yeah. Once you teach them or you show them that you're not someone that you can fuck with, that you just, once you teach them that, they'll back off a little bit, but because they're unevolved, they won't necessarily stop. But I mean, you can try. But he does consider this as a commitment. I don't think he will cross the line, but I think he will continue to get a reaction out of you. I don't think he's also necessarily going to be a good boy either. I think he will do certain things that won't necessarily make him a cheater, but won't make him necessarily a very good boy. Okay, does that make sense? All right, Mari. Thank you, Mari. If you want to stick around, you're more than welcome to do so. If you change your mind and you want to ask a question later, you can ask a question later, okay? Thank you, Mari. So, oh yes, Jessica, you sent your question. And then Araceli, I did get your payment. Whenever you're ready, you can submit your question here on the comments, okay? I'm thinking of moving possibly to another state if I change my career. Any advice on that? I feel like it may happen. Kind of positive about it. Taurus, Sun, Leo, Moon, Scorpio, rising. Okay, so Jessica, you're a Taurus. Let's see, which deck should I use? You know what? Yes, I'll use this one. You're welcome, Muddy. Thank you for coming. Okay. The way I'm going to go ahead and ask this question to the cards is if it would be an optimal choice for you to switch careers and move. Why do you necessarily want to move and change your career? Because what if the cards say you are going to change your career but not move? Like that's would that still be okay with you? Is that not an option for you? Let me know, Jessica. I love where I live in California, but ready for a change. I feel it. I just want to make the right choices financially for me. So hoping this can be a defiantly correct step in the right direction. Okay. Cali, too expensive for you? I feel you, girl. I feel you. Sometimes I think the same thing too. I'm here in Southern California. So, Okay. Okay. And are you ready also for a change in your career? That is an option. I would stay if it was better. Okay, okay, okay. So, so I'm trying to see if I can ask this as a one question thing, because those are two different things, you know, moving and switching careers. Those are two different questions. Because what if it's a thing where, like, yeah, the cards say switch your career, but it'd be better if you stay in Cali, or like, yeah, don't switch careers, but it's better if you move. So, like, I'm trying to see. Cali is expensive. I'm in OC. You mean in Orange County? Definitely changing careers. Okay, so you changing careers, that's a definite. You're not questioning that. You definitely want to switch careers. Is that what I'm understanding? Actually, it's so cool that you say that you live in Orange County, because I'm going to be at the Long Beach Psychic Fair August 17 and 18. I'm going to be doing in-person tarot readings. So if you're still going to be in California and you want to get a reading with me in person, go to the Long Beach Psychic Fair. Follow me on Instagram. I wanted to pull up the post. Actually, let me see if I can pull it up. So let me see. If you want to do the Psychic Fair, here it is. Or follow me on Instagram and I'll send you the flyer. You know, let me see if I can pull it up though. We will do your question, okay? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if I have like ADHD or something, because I am. I get distracted so quick. This is why I tell people, like, if I'm talking to someone, just let me focus on them, because I will get lost. I will talk to everybody, and there you go. Got it. There you go. I'm actually going to keep this up here. There you go. I'm going to keep it right here. If you want to go ahead and have tickets, there is free parking. Okay, so there is free parking. Kids are free. And if you register early, I believe the first 200 tickets are free. So if I were you, I would go ahead and go to that website, like right fucking now. Okay. And I will get those tickets, because this event, well, these events do get hella packed. And not just me, all of the tarot readers that are there, we have a line of people. Okay, so if I were you, get these tickets and show up early. Okay, and a lot of us have a list. So you can reserve what time you want to be with that person. And I even noticed that, what's it called? That, these psychics, they'll have a list, like, you know, like a time log thing, and they'll have the list booked within the first hour. They're already booked for the entire day of the fair. It's from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. both Saturday and Sunday, August 17th and 18th. It's going to be at the Golden Sails Hotel, the hall on the first floor. There's the address, there's the website, free parking, kids are free, and if you register early, you can get free tickets for yourself, for your friends, for your family. If you have children, you can take your children too. Okay, and there is food. You have absolutely no excuse not to come, and you live in Orange County. Okay, lady. I'm just kidding. All right, so I've never heard of the Long Beach Psychic Fair. Okay, so this is the flyer. Basically, the one I created. They didn't create this one. I created this one. They have a different flyer, but this is the one that I created, because I feel bad taking people's stuff, even though, I mean, I'm promoting it, but I feel bad taking people's stuff. And so there you go. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there. I'm gonna take off this $5 tarot readings. I'm gonna do it like that. So take this website and let's see what was your question. Yeah, and yes, you would want to go early because it's not just me, it's all the psychics. Like, I don't know how the marketing team just does miracles because, like, we get so blessed. We get so blessed by the amount of attention we get. And of course, we all need to eat too. We gotta pay bills too. I don't want to live in a safari or anything. Okay, I don't want to live in a tent. Okay, so it's a good feeling that everyone does well. All the vendors, all the psychics, we all leave with a smile on our faces because the marketing team did their job. So it's cool. It's cool. I never get disappointed by the marketing. They always do really well. Tell all your friends, okay? And you don't have to come to me if you don't want to come to me. If there's someone else that you feel like you want to do a tarot reading there with them, go ahead. No, more power to you. So you don't have to come to me for sure. So, hi Maurilio. Si se habla español. Okay, so I'm gonna have to practice my Spanish in a little bit. Says if this person buys a reading, you guys are gonna hear me speak Spanish. Right? It is a good feeling. It's such a good feeling. Let me just answer this question really quick. He's asking for a private reading, guys. Hola, si quieres que te lea las cartas, pero lo quieres en privado, no aquí en vivo, puedes ir a mi página de internet, mermaidoracle.com, y ahí puedes comprar una lectura y puede ser en privado, lo podemos hacer por el teléfono o lo podemos hacer en Zoom, en una video chat de Zoom. So, si quieres hacerlo por video chat, en Zoom lo podemos hacer o por llamada, lo podemos hacer por llamada y es privado. Pero si quieres ahorita, que te lea las cartas ahorita y para ti, pues la privacidad no es importa. ¿Es urgente? Ok, sí, si es urgente y lo quieres ahorita, pues ahorita las lecturas son $5. Y si quieres pagar, pues estoy aceptando que manden los $5 por PayPal, por el Cash App o por ¿cómo se llama? Venmo. Pero si no estás aquí en los Estados Unidos, usa el PayPal. Este es mi PayPal. Ok, pero si estás aquí en los Estados Unidos, tienes Venmo. Este es mi Venmo o Cash App. Ok, tienes toda la información abajo, ok. Se paga antes. Ahorita tengo una clienta y después de ella, tú serías después de ella, pero se paga antes. Sometimes when I get put on the spot, I get so bad with my Spanish that I feel like I get so no sabo, on my fellow Spanish-speaking people. That is so embarrassing. So embarrassing. All right, so ¿esos 100 pesos? Bueno, no sé cuánto es en pesos, pero en PayPal te dice cuánto te lo convierte y te dice cuánto los $5 son en pesos. ¿Y cuántas preguntas se pueden preguntar? Por cada $5 es una pregunta. So, si cuando lo conviertes es 100 pesos o por cada 100 pesos puedes preguntar una pregunta, ¿ok? Y no lo puedes transferir. No sé si tienes una cuenta con PayPal, pero tienes que hacer una cuenta con PayPal, ¿ok? Y de ahí se puede transferir, pero abajo ahí tengo la link de PayPal, ¿ok? Ok, si quieres que te ayude en algo más, me avisas, ¿ok? All right, guys, moving forward. Okay, so let's see, where was your question, Jessica? But yes, please come to the OC Fair. Okay, so you were talking about how career change, that's a definite for you. You really want a career change. So so then if that's the question, so then if we already have that, then let's go ahead and just ask. Would it be better if you leave California, or can you stay in California? So that's just what I'm going to ask, because since you are going to do a career change, since that is something you're not negotiating, you really want to make that career change, then okay, more power to you. I'm sure you'll be successful in any endeavor you put yourself, you have right in front of you. So I believe in you. So let's see. Should you move out of Cali? Would it be better? Would it be better if you moved out of Cali, or could you stay in Cali? Would you find more success in Cali after your career change? So let's see. Would it be better for you to stay in Cali? Okay, one card flew out. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. You did mention you're a Taurus sun, and this is one of the archetypes for Taurus. The King of Pentacles in reverse. And then the cards that we have for you, we have Temperance reverse, the Fool in reverse. We have the King of Cups, the Knight of Wands in reverse, Ace of Wands, and also the Queen of Swords. Should you stay in California? Giving me a 50-50 chance. Leaning towards a no. So it's really up to you. It's really up to you. Usually when I see this, it's kind of like saying it's like a 55% chance that it would be better for you if you left, you know? So it's basically almost 50-50. So I'm open to staying, love it here, but open for moving possibly out of state for a new job. I've been looking at the fair details very well. I know, they're amazing, right? It's so cool. There's going to be so many psychics. There's going to be so many speakers, and all the speakers are free. So if you want to go and see maybe 4 different speakers, you know, you don't have to pay for each one or anything. Like, they're all free to attend. There's going to be workshops. There's food. There's going to be people who do yoga. I think there's even kid activities. I'm not sure about that one. But from what I'm seeing right here, guys, yeah, the speakers look interesting. Yes. I've been asked before if I wanted to do it, but I sometimes get so busy, and sometimes I just get so lazy to even try to put something together, because I can talk to people. I'm not a shy person. I can totally talk in front of a whole audience, really. when I've done presentations whenever I was in college and stuff, I was really never the shy type. Well, when I was in high school, yes, I was. But after college and stuff, it just became like really, really easy for me. But but yeah, I've never done the speaking though. It's not my first time doing events with psychicfairs.net. So with the New Earth Expo. So just make sure it's the event because they have another event in Long Beach, but later on in the year. Make sure it's the one for August 17 and 18 when you get your tickets, okay? Because you don't want to show up and be like, oh, I got the tickets for the one in, I think, November or whatever, okay? So make sure you get that one. Was it saying 50-50 for moving because of financial purposes? Well, let's see exactly why it's a 50-50. Jessica, do you feel like nobody talks to you? Do you feel like maybe like your friends just kind of have like a life of their own and or do you just feel like maybe like all your friends are married and like it's kind of hard to have like friends to do certain things with? Or do you just feel lonely? Or do you feel like you don't have family here? Maybe a lot of friends, maybe you have friends in another state or something. I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting this card of like not getting enough like social attention or not getting enough either from the people you know already or just not having enough of it, and just needing that change so that you can meet more people. Is that why? Do you feel that way right now? I have a lot of friends. I am social, but yes, all my bestie friends are getting married. I'm getting older, mid-30s. Okay, so it could be a thing where you do have friends, but maybe, as time goes by, this could be a thing where like because they get married and then eventually they'll have the kids and all, then you'll have less and less attention. Or maybe you're starting to feel that, or this is going to be a thing more of like in the future where you start feeling this way, maybe not necessarily now, or it's a thing where you're starting to suspect that that's how it's going to go, where it's just like, oh, well, my friends are settling down and eventually they're going to have to focus on their families. And I already know I'm not going to get that attention. I already know I'm not going to get my friends anymore like I used to. I'm not saying you resent your friends or anything like that. But yes, I'm seeing that it can be a thing where like maybe they're settling down or, they have like responsibilities of their own or families of their own or children of their own. And kind of needing like, because from what I'm seeing here with the 8 of Wands in reverse, it almost just feels like there isn't enough communication like there used to be, or there's this worry that eventually the communication will be less or less people to talk to, less people to frequent with. Or again, this could be something that will start happening in the near future once we start one by one, your friends start settling down and building a family and a home of their own. And we start feeling this way later, So yeah. I definitely want my own kids and my own adventure. I feel like I'm the auntie for everyone. I want my own family, my own story. I think you want that too. But I think because you don't have it and you see other people having it, it's almost like it's just like, damn, it's like, what am I going to do now? Like I know you want it for yourself too. I think if you had it for yourself, then of course your time and your space and your energy would be preoccupied and then you would be in their position too. But because you're not, and you're seeing other people doing it, getting their, life together and situated and settling down, you're just like, well, I'm still the single one. I'm still the, the no blood auntie, So, which I can totally, totally feel you, because I have a lot of friends who are married. I'm in my 30s, so I know how you feel. I'm always the one showing up, getting my friends' kids gifts and stuff. I'm like the no blood auntie too. I know how you feel. So from what I'm seeing here, I feel like it's mainly that. And I didn't see this in the cards, but this was a big feeling that I got too, which you did mention, was I think also too, you kind of just want that for yourself too. Um, I got that feeling too, that you kind of wanted that for yourself too, which I figured it was a bit of a given anyway. Um, so, um, so yeah, would it make a difference as far as finding someone else? Who knows? That could be another question you could ask if, um, but as far as the cards are telling me, as far as like needing to move to make your career situation better, it's a 50-50 chance. So it's basically saying whatever you're going to end up doing, whatever career change you're going to do, whatever you change to, I think wherever you live, it's completely irrelevant. I think that's what the cards are trying to say. Wherever you move, or if you decide to stay, that fact is completely irrelevant to your success in your next career. Okay, so it has nothing to do with your success. Will it make you more successful, or would you be more successful in a different area? That's irrelevant. But I feel like there is this subconscious or a conscious need to want to move, because again, friends are settling down, like you mentioned, and you do want this for yourself too. But maybe what we should ask instead is, if you want to ask, I don't know if you submitted another payment, instead maybe we should have asked, would it have been a better choice to move as far as like love? Now that we know too, that as far as career, it wouldn't make a difference, good or bad. So you would be successful if you wanted to stay in OC or out of state, which is good. So if you wanted to stay, you could still stay around with your friends, stick around. And if you have family here, even better. So let me know if you want to go ahead and ask another question, Jessica. I do have Araceli here next. I haven't forgotten you, Araceli. Okay, I haven't forgotten you. You're welcome. You're welcome. But I just wanted to know if you wanted to go ahead and proceed with another question, whether it's the question I suggested or a different question, or if you wanted to, if you were okay for now, you let me know. Okay, so thank you so much, Jessica. I hope to see you at the Psychic Fair on August 17th and 18th. See you around, okay? And you can come both days, okay? So you can get tickets for both days. You can get tickets for one day, whatever. They have all options. I don't know. I've never bought tickets, so. But okay. I'll see you at the Psychic Fair if you go. Don't forget to bring your friends. And I know kids love it too. I brought my nephew one time and he was like really, really interested. Like, oh, all the cool crystals and stuff. And there's jewelry, there's crystals, there's astrologers, there's people who read aura. There's going to be people who do Reiki, people who sell chakra candles, and people who make them on, themselves. So you're buying it from the actual person who makes it. So that's the really cool part too. All right. Thank you so much, Jessica. I hope to see you. Bye. Okay, Araceli, how are you doing? Araceli, are you still here? Hi, Charnette. I just saw your comment. How you doing? How's it going? Hi, Asen or Asen. How are you? Is this Araceli? If Araceli, are you still here? All right, guys, I'm going to wait for a couple more minutes for Araceli. Araceli, I hope you are still here. If not, I will private message you since I have you here on Instagram. I will be doing another live stream. I'm going to go ahead and take a break here in a couple of minutes and then come back. I know I said that yesterday, but for sure it's going to happen today. Okay, for sure it's going to happen today. Okay, so but if there's anybody else who wants to ask a question, go ahead and submit your payments. I'm going to be here for another 2 minutes to see if there's anybody else who wants a reading. If not, then I will for sure be leaving the live stream in 2 minutes, but I will be back in the evening. Okay, so you guys will still have a bit of me later today. All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting this live stream. It was very nice, very successful. Nevertheless, I will see you guys next time. I'm going to go ahead and take a break, and I will be back later today. Bye, guys. Take care. Blessed be. Namaste. And I will see you guys in the evening. Bye.